Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Funmi, and I'm here with Affi,
Yeah.
and we are going to be talking about our experiences as widows, uh, as widows who have migrated to the UK, and of course, our lives date back to when we were in Nigeria, but most of the focus is going to be wow, our experiences in the UK.
Yes, because when we lost our husbands, we differently, of course, we
Of
didn't
course.
get married to the same husband.
Mm-hmm.
We sort of made the decision and the choices to come here to this country, to the UK to live. So basically, we found each other and knew we had the same experiences, from here, and decided let's do this. Okay, let's talk about our experiences because they're diverse, they're unique, but there's a common thread, a common ground that we hope that when you listen to what we have to say and you could just find it helpful, maybe if you're in our kind of situation. Today we're going to be talking about dating as a widow. It's been a while.
Very interesting topic.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's like 5 years ago about 5 years that my husband died. And we were married for 19 years before then. So you can imagine we're talking about close to 24 years. I've been out of the game.
Seriously out of the game. And in my own case, I think close to 11 years.
Okay.
I got married 2013, and then my husband died 2019. So that makes it almost 6 years now.
So if I'm ancient, you are. No, if you are ancient, I'm probably the ancient of days.
You know what they call dinosaurs. Like,
Okay.
they predate everything else. Yeah, a dinosaur. And I am what? And I am. Let there be light.
So seriously,
Where God
because
started.
it's just we're trying to understand this new dating game, dating rule. It's just different. Now, in my time and in our culture in Nigeria, when a guy likes you, he could walk up to you on the streets and say hello, and, just try to find out where you're staying or meet up with you somewhere and tell you I like you, that kind of a thing.
You mean from the
So,
first meeting, I want you to be my girlfriend? And
yeah,
that's it.
well, yeah, some of them actually go, most of them probably would go that straight. So I come from that kind of background,
Orientation.
where maybe it's your friends that you grew up with or you're in school with that later turn up to like you and want to talk to you or something. Basically, I'm used to cars stopping on the road and wanting to say hello, give you a ride, or chai queue, and I come to the system where you hardly find cars stopping on the road, though. I mean, even if they like you, they just look at you and they're passing.
If at all they look at you.
Because there's so many rules. I actually have seen people, do that, but then you don't know who is who, what is what in this setting where
I think it's
there's so much rule about sexual harassment. People could read meanings to things even when it's not there. So you're careful, you're
need to be
extra
cautious.
careful, yes, and cautious. So we're in that system and, well, we're learning the rules. And then the rules to dating now is so different from my time.
absolutely.
So,
We're talking almost 25 years now since you've been out of the game.
yeah.
Before we get to the rules, I was going to also say that we are looking at, if you compare Nigeria and the UK, you're looking at a very warm tropical place compared to half of the time the UK is cold. So it simply means you hardly find people on the streets.
True.
And even if you're on the streets, you're trying to seek warmth by rushing home. So it makes it kind of tricky to meet someone on the road or even at the bus stop. Everyone is just so involved in or intent on, let me get to where I'm going. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to go home, get under my duvet.
True.
So I think that's another reason why it might be a little bit difficult. The weather.
I feel like a fish that's taken out of water and just thrown in, not even sand, not even anywhere close to the beach, in this dating thing. And by the way, the one and only time that someone ever like stopped on the road to talk to me, it wasn't really stopped as such. I mean, I was coming home, and then I had pim pim. Now, this is a country that we don't horn.
No.
So at first I thought, okay,
It's a
this must be
Nigerian
someone
thing.
that knows me, or something, and probably trying to
to
catch my attention.
Yeah.
So I turned, but I didn't recognize the car. I wasn't sure I knew the person, but the person went to turn.
Was it
It was like a
daytime?
roundabout. Yeah, in the daytime, in the morning. So I was like, okay, maybe. But then the person made a turn into a street. So I thought, oh, probably not me. And I walk and I cross the road and enter my should I call it my compound? Because it's a big block of flats with
Yeah.
a bigger space for car parking and everything. And
This
then
person came in.
before he came in, I entered. I was about entering my place, and I had a car horn again. And I turned, and I saw the same car driving past.
Oh wow.
And I was like, do I know this person? And then before I just entered into our lobby, and I saw the car driving into our compound. Let me use that word.
The premises.
Yeah, okay. So I came back. I went out again. I came out of the foyer and back outside, and the car drove up to the front entrance, and the guy winds down. I was like, hello. And I saw, it's a Nigerian guy. In my head, I was like, no wonder the horn.
And no wonder they chase him.
Yeah, no wonder the
Nigerian
chasing.
men can be so intentional if they want you.
Yeah, and persistent.
And dramatic. Yeah, because all that drama about turning, just coming
seriously,
into
because that was a fast turning. He did the first one, and then I left. I entered my compound. He passed by my front, like that's the front of our flats, and then went round the road to the other side of the road and turned back and came in.
So what
that
did
was
you
really
want?
fast.
You have
How
to
are
tell
you?
us. What-
What's your name? My name is this. Okay. Oh, you live here. Okay. Where are you from? Oh, you're Nigerian. I'm like, yeah. Don't I look like one? I was like, okay. What about your family and everything? I'm like, we're good. I'm here with my kids. It's like, okay. I just saw you and I liked you, and I thought to, just connect and say hello. I was like, okay. And then I guess this is the old school thing. I was like, aren't you married?
So what did he say?
He was like, well, not exactly. My family is not here. We're not really, you know how it is now, how when women, Nigerian women, you bring them here or you're here, and then they take some of the women, not all the women, but then they will take your house, take your things that you worked for, take everything and just they could be that. But it's not all women. That's exactly what he was saying. By then I was already
You
turned
have to
off.
say it's not all women because he's
trying
now
to talk to me,
approaching
exactly.
you.
And then he goes, what are you doing? I basically told him what I was doing and he was like, oh, okay. What did you come to do? I said, I was a student. I'm done with my master's. It's like, okay, so why are you not doing your stuff? I'm like, because I need the papers to stay in the country. So I had a job that gave me the papers. It was like, and he started saying prayer and encouragement, don't worry. And I was like, okay, where's this guy going?
I hope it wasn't a cold day because all of that talk.
No, well, when he was done, I was like, thank you so much. Amen. I appreciate it. I was like, okay, I think, no.
Did he ask for your
I
number?
think he felt too, what's the word?
Too judged?
Yeah, maybe he felt it was inappropriate to ask me for my number because okay, all right. And I was like, thank you. In my head, I almost said, okay, so do you want to ask me for my number or something?
Usually.
But then I didn't because I didn't think I wanted to encourage him. I wasn't sure it was my type, especially with the fact that you're married. I'm sorry.
It's telling you
I
all
don't
the reasons
do married
why
men.
he's actually approaching you. Though even if he's married, he's not exactly. His family is not here.
So that was it. That was the one time.
So now we're looking at this. Is it like a Nigerian thing? So you knew there and then that all of this had to be Nigerian, even before he wound down his side of the window.
I mean, no offense. I've had British people see me, maybe we're in a store together or something. They're like, oh, you look good. Oh, you look beautiful. or I like this on you, but not actually chasing you down to say, can I have your number? Can we date? No, not that.
I've had a couple of that, but nothing dramatic. Like what you said. Nothing dramatic. I mean, if I must confess, I miss that part of Nigeria. I miss that openness about your affections. Like, I like you, and I'm going to go all out. But here, like we said, it has to do with the maybe environment. People are more restrained in the way they express themselves, and so we are now in a culture where we've already established that we do not find them on the streets. So where do we find them? On dating apps. And then we
Exactly.
get on the
We
dating
actually
apps.
didn't establish that.
Okay.
So that's one of the things when I first came in, and my friends here were like, Affi, you have to date, you have to. God, I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I'm not sure if I'm even ready, because that's another thing, being ready for
Absolutely.
it. And even when I would tell myself sometimes, okay, I'm mentally ready for this, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Give me 30 minutes later, and or the next day, I'm like, nah,
your mind.
I'm not sure I'm ready. But then I'm like, okay, so what do I do? And they're like, oh, it's dating app. You have to go on the dating. I was like, what? How? So if I register on the dating app, then what next? What do I do? Our culture does not approach men. Our culture, the men approach you. You're not the one that's doing the toasting. That's what we call it, toasting.
Toasting.
So I still feel that it's a bit inappropriate, to be the one talking
Swiping.
to a guy. Oh yeah, that's the word, swiping through the pictures and like saying hello to the guy you like, on the dating app. And I'm still struggling, honestly.
Yeah, you see, there are some apps that put the woman at the forefront of deciding, and there are some apps that are still kind of like old fashioned. You wait, you might indicate interest if you like the person, but most of the work is done by the man. So I think it varies, but yeah, we are in a more evolved culture
Yes,
where those things don't really matter. If she
exactly.
likes you and then you like him, then good for the two of you.
That's the truth, because that's one of the things we've come to learn, that it doesn't matter who talks to who first. This culture here allows the women to do the first talking. You can actually meet a guy and tell the guy that, oh, I like you, or can we date, or can we go on a date or something, and it's okay, it's proper. This culture allows
As long as
dating
it's not
sites.
underage, you know.
Oh yes, as long as it's not underage, of course. I mean, even back home, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be underage. So, the culture here is all now. This world, I mean, the Western world, and even in Nigeria, it's dating sites now. That's what's happening. That's where people meet. Those days we met in church, we met in the
Oh, and bears.
parties, exactly, or a friend's house, or lessons and all of that. But here it's dating sites, because people don't have time to mingle on the road.
You're busy
People don't
working.
even have time to go to church. You go to church, you find out that it's mostly elderly people or married people that are in church. Majority, like between 70 to 90%.
So where do you find your person? So you still have to go back to the dating
to
apps.
the dating apps.
However, you said something about it's very important for us to, if you're preparing to date as maybe a widow, very important for you to understand or come to terms with the fact that you need to be ready. If you start it without being ready, then definitely you're going to back out. I think I've told you before that it started with me as an experiment. Oh, is it true that the only place to find men is on dating sites? So it was more kind of like an experiment for me. And when I had satisfied my curiosity, I just backed out. I was like, no, I'm not ready for the stage.
So you tried the first one.
I tried
Tell me
a
about
couple
it.
of dating apps, and it was more of an experiment. Is it true? And then when I got there, yeah, it was this bad feeling. I was seeing men, but they weren't the men
The type, yeah.
people that I would usually have an easy conversation with. I couldn't see that. I am a
And all you're saying is, oh, you're beautiful. Oh,
I am finicky about communication,
Yeah.
like the tools that you employ, and even the what's it called, the rules of the communication or the rules of the language. So if you're communicating with me using all the wrong tenses, it's going to tick me off. And so most of the time, those were the things I got. Even if the men were, really looking nice, they seemed to be doing well for themselves. So most of the time, that was what I got. So probably that was why I wasn't even encouraged the first time. Probably the dating site itself, the fact that my mind wasn't ready.
Did you take anybody off the site? Because it's like a
language.
shopping site, the dating app. So you get somebody, once you click on this and you click on that, you guys decide, oh yes, this is what we're buying, in quotes. You now decide to take it off the shops, take it off online to on
No,
site.
you take it on. You take it
Take it
off
off online to on site.
which
Yeah.
is closer to you, because often you get this people say, oh, I'm not on this site so much, can I have your number? So you know that they are trying to, sometimes I'll be like, no, let's talk some more. Sometimes if I like the person well enough, I'm like, okay. And then sometimes most of these things just die on WhatsApp. Dies a natural death. For instance, it could be distance. Or it could be the fact that you're too busy.
Yeah, actually, I had one like that. Yes, I did. I remember very well.
It died
The
on
person was
WhatsApp.
staying in this Genzi island. That was the first time I heard about Genzi, because I went online to check it. Yeah, it's close to Paris and
All the way.
close to. Yeah, well, it's not that far. It's
You
just
mean
between an
when
island.
when you threw your net, you cast your net like this. The fish that's
No, the fact that he was a Christian was what attracted me, actually, because I was like, it's
those
so
are
hard.
rare, by the way.
Exactly,
Very
it's so
rare.
hard to get Christians, and
They're like
that would do.
extinct.
And he was working in the church. So I was like, oh, this is because that's one of the criteria. I mean, for me, you have to be a Christian. And it doesn't mean that you should go, because people will tell you, go to a Christian site, dating app, and you get it. Oh, yes, there are Christian dating apps. But trust me, because they are there does not make them Christians. So don't be fooled. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
this was the general Badu. I tried Badu as well. Like, I tried this elite
Where you
dating
pay
app,
for-
where you pay for, exactly.
I didn't do
And
that.
then for 3 months, and of course it died a natural death.
Affi is very, she's a, what do you call it, a quality woman.
It's
Me,
not
I'm like,
just
I'm
about
cheap like that. That I'm paying for dating.
No.
That's what happened. No.
So that's the thing, because so it's the quality of persons you want, sort of.
Did you
Is
get
what
it?
they sell for you.
Did you get it?
I didn't even get the core. Oh well, I didn't come out from it. I told you it just died a natural death. So it's crazy, because that's the thing. It was my first attempt as well.
Right.
So I wasn't ready. So that's why it basically died, because one person saying hi, I'm in the middle of trying to sleep, is my work time, because that's another thing. You're working at this time, the person is working at so time, and then the person saying hi, and you don't see the eye for like 7 hours when you come online, and then you say hi to or anything,
So the flow
and then you don't
dies.
see. So yeah, it really wasn't going well. And then the one that would go well, you just couldn't agree. I mean, I met this guy that was like a professor, and his grammar was so much for me. He kept talking. He could talk for 30 minutes on, and I probably I just chip in like maybe 2-3 words.
So you ain't having
In
a
between.
stimulating conversation.
Do you get? I mean, it was nice listening to him talk. He spoke very well. You could tell he was very well
good.
educated.
Which is good.
But then it's meant to be
Conversation is
conversation that's
two-sided.
communication, and not just a one-sided thing. It was more one-sided, actually. Yes, so we ended up not really understanding ourselves, and that was it. So we never met. It was just a phone call thing that died its natural death. And then I
And this you
tried
got from the elite dating site. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God. Professor that did not
It
profess love. just was talking.
So and then I thought, okay, I wasn't ready, and I waited after a few, and my friend was like, Affi, you need to. Well, that's the thing, as someone who's a single lady, you'll have friends who are concerned, whether you're a widow or a single parent, or you're married before or not. The fact is, your friends would always want to push you on out of good intentions. They'll always want to tell you, look, you need to date, you need to go out, you need to meet this guy, you need to,
Because I feel like
and all
you're
of that.
missing out on the good things.
Or
life.
that you deserve to be loved. Do you get?
Absolutely, yeah.
You deserve to be loved. So they don't want you to feel left out, or feel like you can't do it again. You can't, go on that journey again. So they're like, in all with good intentions. But see, don't be pressured into this because you don't want to make a mistake.
And
I
that's the
wouldn't say I
thing.
was pressured. I
Oh,
mean, I had those things coming, but then because I knew what I wanted, I still know what I want, and I'm still trying to. I mean, I'm ready, but I'm not ready. If you get
what
what
does
I
that
mean.
mean?
Will come to that.
What does that mean?
But that's the thing because you think you're ready, but then you find out that some things are dragging you back, when you decide to actually step into that pool. So you need to be sure that you want to do this and take it one step at a time. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to push myself and the whole works into it because my friend did it and she got someone out of it and they got married and it was so good,
Is your
you
friend
know?
a widow?
No.
But she was
But
unmarried.
she was unmarried, and she got someone and it's thriving. But then one of the things she told me is you've got to kiss a few frogs
Absolutely.
before you get your Prince Charming. And I thought, and we're talking about not just as a euphemism, but, or as a metaphor, but sometimes actual literal kissing of
Frog.
the frogs. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, okay, give me an idea of how many frogs I have to kiss before.
Actually, she can't even give a rough
But
estimate. Who
that's
knows?
the
Maybe you just kiss one
thing.
frog and then you get the prince.
Okay, so I'm still trying to work up myself to kissing
Frogs.
the frogs. I'm trying to work myself to because it's okay.
You see,
I don't know.
I wanted to say that I think dating for widows is a whole, ball game, different ball game than maybe for someone that has never been married. Is single, never been married, doesn't have children. There are a lot of things that go into our thought process because we are coming from having been married, haven't been loved properly, and then you're entering into the dating world. There are so many things that will be on your list of this person must have, and also you working on yourself, like for this next person, um, mentally, emotionally, physically. If you're not ready, you're just wasting your time. So you deal with all of that baggage of how you were loved before or how you were in the relationship, whether your husband was the provider. So you're coming into a relationship where you do not expect anything less than what you had before. Uh, and then you meet people. So you are judging them through the lens of all your past
What you've
experiences.
experienced before. Yeah.
Exactly. And so often many of these men, and don't forget you're coming into it not at a very young age. We are young relatively, but we are not young in terms of age as well, and in terms of our experiences.
We're basically saying that this is not Gen Z's,
It's not Gen Z, we are
dating
millennials.
or,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So you're bringing that in. That means your expectations would also be tweaked to accommodate all of that and what you're expecting from the other person as well. So if this person doesn't meet your criteria, you find yourself weeding out a lot of people before you even try. And it's okay with you, especially if you know that there's nothing desperate about the fact that you want to date or you want to be in a relationship. You have to be certain that it's not desperation that is propelling you. Because if it's desperation, then you're saying, I just need someone to warm my bed. It's more than that. It's somebody that you can converse with easily. It's somebody that when you wake up and say, okay, so this was why God made me go through this experience so that I can have something else, like at the finish line of this experience. This is a good reward. So that is always at the back of our minds. At least I want to believe that for both of us. And those are the things that inform our readiness or not.
and you also need to be conscious, which is one of the things I was conscious of, that I have children, because that's another big thing, big
Absolutely.
deal in your life. You're not going in as a single person. You're going in as a single parent that has whether it's one child, two children. So you're thinking, okay, I can't just bring just any man into my life because this man is not just coming into my life, but it's coming into the life of my children.
Yes.
What do I want them to see?
Absolutely.
And you're thinking, okay, what's it going to be like if you actually start dating this guy? Can you kiss him in front of your children? so many things you're basically thinking about, as in how would your kids accept him or her. And one of the things I did was, for anybody I start talking with, I tell you up front, I have children, 2 children. This is who they are. This is their age. Just the bare minimum. Doesn't mean that it doesn't make you know exactly who my children are, but it tells you that, look, this person you're coming with has a train behind, So you have to deal with that. Are you ready or not? If you're not, you're already off the list. So for me, that's even the top burner. That's at the top burner of whatever criteria it is I'm putting up on any site,
How the person is accepting of that.
Yeah.
And I do not like the expression where people say that widows have baggages. I don't think we have baggages. I think we are just extra.
Yeah.
We come with the extra
sweetness, extra love.
Everything
Seriously.
extra. And
it doesn't have to be a baggage.
It's not a baggage. So if you're coming into someone's life that is extra, you need to come with your A game as well, and this person, being aware of that, must know that, oh, this is a responsibility. Am I willing to take it on? And if I'm not willing to take it on, then it's better to back off. And this is one thing I appreciate about white men. They'll tell you up front, how old are your children? I don't think I can deal with that. I've had people tell me that, no.
Actually, it's part of the criteria as well.
For me. They tell me.
Yeah, it's part of the, so when you're filling the forms to go online for dating anything, they would ask, are there children? Do you want children or not? Are you open to having that kind of thing? So basically you're ticking all of the boxes that would be on your profile.
Yes.
Before the person comes to you. So yeah.
Some of them would see, some of them will still ask.
Yeah, true. Because they need to be sure.
Or because maybe they're exposed to different profiles, so maybe they get confused. Like I do in my own case as well. I might not remember what it is about this other person. So you now start asking questions. Oh, you have children. Oh, you don't have children. So that person must be willing to take that on. And I was saying that I appreciate that about white men. I think they are more open about what they want.
Yeah.
They do not seek to deceive. I stand to be corrected. This is not a
to a large
generalization,
extent, yeah.
but the ones that I have encountered. But when it comes to Nigerian men
that you've met,
that I have met
online, because they are also online here.
Yes.
And sorry, just before you get into that, I have seen Nigerian men
that are wonderful
who are online. No, I'm talking about on the dating site, and then you check their profile and see that they're married.
Of course.
And I'm like, okay, so what are you doing on the dating site? I just needed to throw that in because I'm like, dating site's meant to be for singles. So
it happened to me as well.
Why are you married?
A classmate of mine.
No, before you get into that, you need to tell us the story.
Which one is that?
Where I caught you.
No. What was it I was talking about? I can't remember.
Oh my God.
I can't even remember.
So we're talking about when you date, as in getting on the dating site, and then you're like, oh gosh.
Being a single mother, is it being accepted?
No, that was it. You were going to tell me a story about your, oh God, we've forgotten that. See, that's the thing. This is what your head comes because you're thinking about so many things. You're thinking about the children. You're thinking about the job you have to do. You're thinking about the bills you have to pay alone and all of it. So,
actually, I was going to talk about my classmate.
Well, that's the second thing. Okay, go on.
But maybe that would flow,
Yeah.
This classmate of mine, I was on this dating site, and he had liked me initially, and I was like, no, I know this guy is married. And so I ignored him. So he now came and said he wanted to be a friend. So I was like, okay. I now asked him point blank, exactly what are you doing on a dating site? Oh, I'm just bored. I'm like, sorry, bored? He said, go and be bored with your wife. This platform is for people that are looking for husband or wife, or that are looking to date. You have no business being here. So what is he saying? That his marriage is lousy. So the way he works on it is to be on a dating site. And that's, I have found, happening quite a number of times. And that is why I say there tends to be a reason to compare. When you look at, what this set of people do and the way this other set of people do. So we like Nigerian men because they are very assured, cocky, self-confident, and they bring it into their game when they are asking for...
Truly. and they're ready to like take you on a date and pay for the dates and all of
Directly.
that,
There's no
which
50
is what you
50.
might not get from the white man.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things we've seen here. You're taking on you go on a date and then you get to pay your share and the person pays
It's a
his
50-50.
own share.
How do they,
You
is it
know,
going Dutch? Is that the
yeah.
expression? So with Nigerian men, no, there's nothing like that. They take care of the women, but it also comes with this quoted sense of, they quote their realities um in a way that if you do not ask the questions, if you do not ask direct questions, you might be misled into thinking, oh, this person is really available or this person is single, whereas you might actually be sort of involved or in a talking stage with someone that is completely unavailable. Is just presenting to you as if he's unavailable. But when you compare that to the other set of men that we also encounter, by reason of the fact that we are in the UK, those ones do not, well, the ones I've seen. So we are trying to say we are not generalizing, but those are the experiences, at least so far.
So 2 dates have been on from the dating site, and 2 lovely men that I met.
Are they white?
And yeah, white men. So we went out, we took it off, off online, and we actually went to the cinemas, went to bowling different times, we went sea watching, yeah, went
There's
on a
something called sea
walk.
watching.
Well, we just sat in the car and we were watching
Fantastic.
the waters and the sea and all of that. It was nice because we
It's
had great,
calming.
yeah, it was great conversation. That was the thing I liked about the second guy. Great conversation. So I'd done the movies I told you, and we'd done hiking, like going on long walks,
Oh my
different, this from the 2 different guys, and they were lovely. They were nice.
But
But you see, for me, the difference for me is at the top of my criteria is you being a Christian. And I'm not just talking about religion, I'm talking about having a personal relationship with God. I think for me, that was the deal breaker, which sort of messed up the stuff because these were nice guys that were okay with me having my children and all of that. But then we had conversations about different things. And for me, I would encourage any woman going into this dating sites. You need to talk about now, you need to talk about the future, you need to talk about what does the person want, if what they want aligns with your own, what you want for your future. For example, one of them, he didn't want to have children at all. And I was like, that's fine because I already have children, it's fine. But then he also didn't want marriage. And I'm like, okay, because I already have said that I don't want to have sex outside of marriage. So it's a big deal for me because if you say you don't want to get married and I'm not going to have sex with you, so where do we
where's
meet?
the end goal?
Do you get? So after I think 2 or 3 dates, I had to call it off. I mean, we had good quality time. He showed me sites that I'd never been, lovely places here, and it was
So was a
lovely.
tourist guide.
Kind of,
Oh, poor guy.
But we just knew, or I just knew that look, this couldn't go beyond where it is now. And then I asked about what his faith was, and what he believed in was so different from what I believed in.
What does it believe in? There's some
Well,
that they say they are spiritual, but they don't believe in.
yeah, exactly. He said he's spiritual.
Wrong.
That's exactly what he said. Like he's spiritual. I'm like, okay, could you break it down what you mean by being a spiritual person? So he believes like in reincarnations, and stuff. And some of the things he told me, I just knew, no, it doesn't align with my belief as a Bible believing Christian, So I just couldn't go further with it. And that's the thing. I don't believe in wasting the person's time and my
Even your
time,
time,
when I know that this isn't going to go anywhere. Now, I was also fortunate that everyone went to this pool paid for the dates. They paid for everything. So I didn't have to, the cinemas, the food and stuff.
Right.
So I knew they were nice guys, And one of them had, the spiritual guy, had he did something that was related to my love for media, and stuff. So it was easy to have great communication with him. But I mean, it just ended there. So,
That's it.
but that's because I know what I want. And as Fumi said, you need to know what you want before you actually get into this and
Yeah,
step
come up
into
with a
this.
list.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Come up with a list. Maybe there were things even your husband, the one you were married to, had that you liked, or the ones you don't like. So you just make up a list of things you'd look for in a future spouse.
Top 3 things on your list.
He has to be a Christian. He has to love my children. This is. Oh, I also value great communication. He has to be a good kisser. That's 4. That's number 4.
Yeah.
So I was going to say that's carnal. I'm being
No,
carnal
what
now.
do you mean by being carnal?
I think
We've got to have a
chemistry is
connection.
good.
Exactly.
I think chemistry is
If we
good,
do not connect, if we do not connect, what's the word now? Sexually. I don't know if that's the right word. Or so we don't have to have the sex, but
there must be chemistry.
there has to be some kind of not sexual tension. No, but I've got to be attracted to you.
Exactly.
I've got to be attracted to you. So if you kiss me and I like the kissing and I'm not having bad breath all over my face, because that's a big deal for me. I hate bad breath. So, so yeah.
I was going to say, do you know how many frogs you would kiss before you get to the right one?
I don't know, but I pray the Lord leads me on this journey. Otherwise, because honestly, for me, left to me alone, I would break. Meaning I would just like, I can't go further. Let me just.
I agree. I think there are moments in my life as well when I've had such thoughts like, I think I'm doing well all by myself.
Yeah.
It's too much drama. It's too much drama, Even the dressing up. You dress up for a date. You dress up. You put a lot of makeup on.
You got to dress up.
You have to dress up. You can't wear the regular clothes. You can't wear the regular clothes you've been wearing for ages, maybe to work or in the house. You have to dress up. And then you do that a lot of the time. So frequently, it's stressful. Also, every time you do that, you're preparing yourself for, I'm going. Maybe it's this guy, maybe it's not this guy. So you're like, be ready to be disappointed. Be ready to find the right person. So I think it takes a toll on you mentally and emotionally. So all of those things, you just have to know. If it's something you really want, you keep going. If it's not, it's okay to say, I don't want to date right now, or I don't even want to date ever. I mean, there are people that are comfortable being by themselves, and it's fine. You're not missing out. Yeah, you could be missing out on some cuddles, but you're not missing out. We say dating is something to look forward to. If you've been dating, what are your experiences? Have you been like us that's kissed a lot of frogs, or you just found the right man immediately, or you're still holding out and believing that whenever I'm ready, or you feel you don't need to prepare. You don't need to prepare your mind to be ready. So, what do you think?
Well, she's asked the question already. Whatever your thoughts are, and if you have advice for us, please, would love to get those advice as well, because I'm still trying to swim. I'm drowning.
You're drowning.
Yeah.
Don't drown, Affi.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. And we look forward to you listening to more of this unfiltered, unscripted conversation from 2 widows who are migrants in the UK.
Navigating life with your children.
All right. Take care.
Bye.